overseas operational deployment was just 2 months.
2 months? Normally they're still doing the paperwork after
Indeed.
2 months. That's amazing. So we'll be seeing those aircraft coming in very shortly, hopefully from the left-hand side. I'm monitoring the tower frequency so that we'll know where they're going to pop up from. Of course, Italian Air Force are here with their Eurofighter as well, which will be right after the Airbus. And I'm very pleased to say their commentators turned up already, Lieutenant Mike, and Mike on the mic will be guiding you through one of the most impressive Eurofighter displays that I've seen in a long, long time. So for now, we're going to scan off to the left. Don't forget, lots to see and do in the halls as well. The flying is going to continue till the afternoon, till about 4 o'clock, but if you get a chance, pop up and see the halls as well, because there's a lot of very, very interesting equipment inside.
I don't know whether it is.
It's coming.
So,
It's going to
just got an
come
update from Adam. He's been talking to Flying Control Committee, and we have a 4-minute countdown. So they're going to stick to their TOT, and they'll be coming in 4 minutes time from the left hand.
The aircraft before being sent out onto the aircraft before being sent out on deployment.
The plane will come too fast.
As most display pilots for the Typhoon, Tom himself is a full
Where are you going?
QFI instructor. He's also a qualified flight instructor. He's qualified in everything, basically. Anything to do with the Typhoon. So it was a natural step for somebody with his experience, broad experience of operating the Typhoon at its extreme limits.
You'll see it come here.
For
It'll come down here, so record there.
Got to say a big shout out as well to everybody who's listening online. We have a very robust online community who have been watching YouTube live. Big shout out to my good friend David Bent, the world's greatest aviation artist as far as I'm concerned. I saw him commenting online earlier on. He's busy watching us out in Swindon, and lots more people as well are enjoying the show. We actually sold out of tickets, so we could have sold more tickets to come, but over 50,000 people. So the YouTube channel has been a godsend for them, because they can still pop in and see the display themselves. And if you're here yourself and you've got some people and you want to make them jealous, send them a link to the YouTube channel, and that way then you can say, hey, I'm here, but you can watch it on YouTube.
Watching it. Now 9.
Are you ready to do a live?
I'm already doing it live.
Right.
So
why are you wasting the power?
No, 9 people are in it so far, and 1 people liked it. My stream.
We just had Captain Alex in for the Army Air Corps. They'll be displaying a little bit later on, not longer actually, about 1:15. So if you're close to where those Apache attack helicopters are and the Wildcat, just a little heads up. Once those rotors start spinning, there's a lot of downwash. So if you've got a young child and you don't want them to blow away in the distance, attached to a kite, please make sure you've got everything strapped down, your hats. We will not be taking any compensation claims for hats lost or bags being blown away. So just a little heads up, if you're near any of those rotary aircraft, once they start spooling up, there's going to be a lot of downwash heading your way. You have been warned. So Adam, thanks for the update. What's the...
And in fact, arriving now from the left.
Well done. I can see them.
Yeah,
so ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready for the one and only pass from the Royal Air Force 29 Squadron.
Come here.
It is
Just look through the gap.
the Eurofighter Typhoon. Flight Lieutenant Charlotte Marshall in the lead. Call sign Riot 01.
Are you doing a live?
Followed behind
Yes.
with Riot 02
Just
with
wait
Flight
for it to
Lieutenant
come
Tom
through the gap.
Nation.
It's coming. Ready? Up, up.
And that is the easiest commentating job in the world. Just say the name, let them fly by, That's a good one. So they're heading out now to the north, and that means next up, very shortly, will be the A350-1000. Adam, take it away.
Yeah, the A350 with engines on, waiting at the end of the runway to commence its display. Joe, a Eurofighter test pilot once told me of the Typhoon. There are aircraft with more power than the Typhoon. There are aircraft with better agility than the Typhoon, but there is no aircraft, in his opinion, that offers such a favourable blend of both power and manoeuvrability. He was absolutely convinced that it is the most enjoyable, most carefree combat aircraft to fly. The RAF has 111 of them, including 4 Tranche 1s, 67 Tranche 2s and 40 Tranche 3s. Those are the 3 age groups currently in service. They're the RAF's primary multi-role fighter, responsible for quick reaction alert duties. Coningsby, Lossiemouth and Port Stanley in the Falkland Islands, where they're on permanent 24-hour standby to intercept unknown and potentially hostile aircraft infringing UK airspace. But they've been very active further from home as well. Meanwhile, now rolling for takeoff from the right, the Airbus A350-1000.
Airbus.
Over there.
The Airbus is coming now.
Pitching up very steeply immediately after takeoff, all the way to 30 degrees, and it is not very often that you see an airliner flying at that altitude. It now climbs away at 160 knots, turning away from us and climbing to about 2,000 feet. The aircraft on the 25th of November 2016. The A350-1000 is the longer fuselage version of the A350. With a total length of 73.8 metres. It seats around 350 to 410 passengers in 3 classes, and it can operate routes of up to 8,900 nautical miles. This model features a more powerful version of the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB, the 97, versus the shorter A350-900, which is slightly less powerful. As of the end of June of this year, 1,595 A350 aircraft have been ordered from 68 customers, and 725 have been delivered. They're flying on 1,300 routes around the world. The first of them entered service in 2015, and this version, the 1000, entered service in 2018.
Wow, that's big.
There's a fighter jet coming round.
Oh, fighter jet.
Yeah, the one that kept
The
going
A350
over-
family is constantly evolving. The newest incremental improvements include a 4-inch wider cabin, combined with a 1.2-ton structural weight reduction and a 3-ton increase in maximum takeoff weight, which gives capability for extra payload range flexibility. In September of 2023, EASA certified the new 322 metric tons maximum takeoff weight for the A350-1000, and this new maximum takeoff weight boosts the aircraft's range by about 180 nautical miles, giving that impressive range of 8,900 nautical miles in total. Further proving the flexibility of the A350 family, the A350-1000 features a very high level of commonality as compared to the smaller version, the Dash 900. 95% common parts and the same type rating as well, the type rating being the type-specific qualification that pilots need to fly it.
This is like watching the plane that goes around Legoland, isn't it? It just keeps going in a circle all the time.
There's a specialised version called the A350 ULR, or ultra long range, the A350 900 ULR already in service, and the forthcoming A350 1000 ULR still in testing. It's been selected by Qantas for its Project Sunrise, which and their aircraft will be specially configured to enable the world's longest commercial flights, with flight times of around 22 hours. For example, linking Sydney and Melbourne with destinations such as London and New York non-stop for the first time ever. It flew for the very first time on the 2nd of June this year, and there is some exciting news about the A350 1000 ULR today, because only this morning the A350 1000 ULR made a test flight non-stop from Toulouse to Melbourne. It completed the route in 19 hours and 15 minutes, and the test team told us this morning that it was a very successful test indeed. So our congratulations to them. Now the aircraft coming down the crowd line from the right for a low-speed, high-angle of attack pass at 800 feet and approximately 130 knots.
And the fighter jet's on its way round.
There's another forthcoming variant of the A350 1000, which is called the A350F, which is a freighter variant, and that will be embarking on its flight test program later this year. It is due to carry a payload of up to 111 tons, and it will fly up to 4,700 nautical miles, or 8,700 kilometers. The aircraft will bring a reduction in fuel consumption and carbon emissions of up to 40% when compared to the previous generation of wide-body freighters. And speaking of fuel and fuel consumption, Airbus has been pioneering the use of sustainable aviation fuels in commercial air transport. The A350, like all of the airliners which Airbus produces, is already certified to use 50% blended sustainable aviation fuel, and Airbus's goal is to achieve certification of 100% SAF by 2030 for its commercial aircraft and helicopters. Airbus has already explored the use of 100% SAF on 2 engines simultaneously on its other A350 test aircraft. The A350 family brings together the very latest in aerodynamics, design and advanced technologies to provide a 25% step change in fuel efficiency and a 25% lower seat per mile cost compared to the current generation of aluminium long-range competitors. The A350 provides the versatility to meet airliners' expectations and sets new standards in terms of passengers' comfort. In a typical 3-class configuration, it offers a standard 9 abreast configuration in economy, and that gives a seat width of 18 inches, an inch more than the industry standard. And Airbus's own research suggests that this improves sleep quality among passengers by more than 50% on overnight flights. That economy cabin can be complemented by premium economy in an 8 abreast configuration and business class in a 4 abreast configuration.
Maybe look this way now. Look this way. Get ready. It's coming. It's coming. Get ready. Watch the lady though.
Touching down out to our left, the Airbus A350 was flown today by Chief Test Pilot Malcolm Ridley, local Chief Test Pilot in Toulouse, Frank Busnell, and the flight engineers were Jean-Michel Pin, Christophe Nonot, and Philippe Poupin. And that, for an aircraft of such size and weight, was a very short landing roll indeed. It never gets old seeing an aircraft of this size being chucked around in that fashion, and this is the only air show in the UK where you will see it.
Come on in. Come. Ryan, come on in so you've got a better view.
Congratulations to everybody from Airbus on the success of the URL flight down to Melbourne. We were expecting that to be about 22 hours, weren't we, Adam?
We were, and it came in quicker than forecast, despite the fact that there wasn't an enormous tailwind, we were told.
Malcolm told me it was about 10 knots, so that bodes well for the future, because every hour I'm not sitting in an airplane, I'm a happy bunny, especially on those long-haul flights. Now, as you can see, there's a big A350-1000 in the middle of the runway, and the towing vehicle is heading towards him. He's going to hook up very shortly and then push the aircraft back. I'm pretty sure it's going back into the static area where we'll be able to see it. But if you look off to your left, at the top of the runway, and runway 024, heading from right to left for you, will the very distinctive shape of the Italian Air Force Eurofighter. Once the Airbus has cleared, he's going to clear into the runway and into the full display. I'm sort of happy and sad at the same time, Jake, because the team commentator is here, Lieutenant Mike. It's been Lieutenant Mike on mic, as I like to say. Welcome for the final day, my friend.
Thank you very much. Well, I'll be honest with you. First time today at Pembroke. Well, I've always followed through the BBC coverage online to keep up what was going on in aviation and aerospace, but never quite prepares you for seeing it all live. It never stops amazing me every time. The sheer scale of it.
It is huge.
1,000 people, all different stands, halls, and static displays, and then above it all, one of the world's greatest display of commerce and defense aviation takes to the sky.
Absolutely. And as I said, that word of warning, if you're up by the rotary aircraft, you'll be feeling that downdraft now. And they're going to taxi out very shortly. And they're going to go off into the hold, and they'll be back a little bit later on with the Army Air Corps. But so what's the plans now, Mike, for the Eurofighter? Where are you going to be displaying after Farnborough? Around Europe?
In Italy, in Italy at Jesolo on the 12th of September. And then Ostrava, NATO days from 17th to 21st September.
You're going to be at NATO days, aren't you, Adam?
Certainly will be. Always look forward to it, and it's a show that your unit, Mike, the Reparto Sperimentale di Volo, always supports so well. It's a fascinating unit. It translates as Flight Test Department, and it's based at Pratica di Mare, just outside Rome, and you do some really interesting work there.
Thank you. Yeah, wing, department, center, you choose. But you said correctly, the original name is Reparto Sperimentale Volo. Well, it is a pretty special department. Well, think of us as the perfect testing ground, the test bed. We are where we try out new tech, integrate different systems, and operate within the ever-changing environment we live in. We are the bridge between the world we know and what's coming next.
So the equivalent in the UK was what we would call Boscombe Down. A lot of test flights done down there, and a lot of different types of aircraft as well, which expands the envelope for the test pilots themselves. So you can tell from this very polished display, and we'll see the Wildcat and the two Apaches lift off. They're going to go off into the hold, and they'll be back very shortly with their full display. Also that leaves the ground open, I would think, to move the Airbus back in. So NATO Days is going to be your one. I still want to go to the air show here. It's a very good show.
It's unlike any other I've been to. The combination of aerial and ground assets, yes, very much worth a trip.
Wait, they're coming to us.
So just to bring you up to date as well, by the way, after the Italian Air Force, the Army Air Corps display team, as I said, call sign Blue Eagles, and that call sign has not been used since 2010. It's great to see it back. Will be coming into display. And then one of the big stars of the show, Vertical Aerospace, with the eVTOL VA1X. They'll be taking to the sky just before 1:30.
Now you promise I'll be waiting for you at Ostrava, okay? Jot it down.
So I was wrong about where they're going to put the Airbus. It looks like they're backtracking it, and they're going to put it down in the basin on the left-hand side here.
They're up
And
there.
you can come all the way down towards the commentary position. Just follow that A350-1000 because Fasana Lamarata parked up over there as well, and you can get some good static shots of the aircraft. So once that Airbus has completely reversed all the way down, I can see the Eurofighter already has been cleared to join up, and he's going to hold at the end of runway 24 before he takes off. So I'm going to hand over to
fighter jet will be coming
Lieutenant
in a
Mike,
bit
and he's going to take
from
us
the
away.
right-hand side.
Okay.
It's coming round now.
But actually, we are seeing a minor technical interruption at the moment. Well, these aircraft, you know better than me, operate at the cutting edge and even small enough handled with absolute caution. So stand by and we'll share more as soon as possible.
I've got my phone here.
Oh, don't worry.
No, sorry, no, go on. It's not using it.
Where do I put my phone?
Go on in.
Oh no, that's not mine.
You want to come in?
Otherwise, I'd be the same height. They wouldn't see it on me. It's alright. You're not the
You don't need it.
So we'll just wait until the Airbus clears the runway, and then we'll get a little update on the Italian Air Force Typhoon. I can quash all the rumours now that it is not the coffee machine, espresso machine on board that has failed. The espresso machine is working 100% in the Italian Typhoon, and also with those little biscuits, those little tiny crunchy ones. Taste of coconut.
Get ready, because it's coming.
So that's all good. So it's probably another system on board.
We usually go for Walkers, the Scottish one. We
Oh, the
like,
Scottish,
we like very
there's
much.
Welsh cakes. That's good. That's a good shout. Of course, it's always disappointing when aircraft have these technical issues, and it happens very often. I do a lot of air shows, but you have to understand it's about safety. Safety for the aircrew and safety for you as well. So this just demonstrates from the Italian Air Force, if there is a problem with the aircraft, they will not just move forward and still push the aircraft. So it looks like the Italian Air Force Typhoon is taxiing back to the dispersal area, and that's going to leave a little hole for us as we wait for the next flying item. So we can give you an update on what's continuing to fly this afternoon. Adam, do you want to tell us what's going to be coming up after this?
Yes, still to come on the flying programme, we have the Army Air Corps display team, the Blue Eagles, the Versatile Aerospace VA-1X, the Global 8000, and then after that we have the Zan Al Emirat.
Hold on to my phone,
National
please.
Aerobatic Team of the United Arab Emirates. They will be displaying at around about 10 to 2 per the current schedule, and that will take around about the halfway point of the programme, and the action will continue all the way through until 4 o'clock.
Of course, the Flying Display Committee, who are the people in charge of the airspace around Farnborougugh International Air Show
Can I
2026,
see a comment?
their role is to make as safe as possible this air show.